what's it like working with AJ Pierzynski?
Next to him almost every day. Actually sitting in his seat right now. Hi, AJ. You had a better background. So it's awesome. He's a great teammate. He is reliable, super opinionated, passionate, and cares about what we're doing. And I think also he cares about the topics that we're covering, right? This isn't just a job for him. And also, I mean, he's watching games and talking like this anyway in life. Now he gets to actually do it for the world on a daily basis versus just doing, say, his game of the week that he would do all season. So I think he has the same mindset of, say stuff, right? He was like that as a player, and he tells players that sometimes too. Like, say it, it makes you more relatable. And yes, there, especially younger players that are worried about a contract extension or something like that. Some of them are going to be a little more careful or tiptoe. And also, you don't want to throw someone under the bus that's your teammate. It's not necessarily what he's saying, but he's just like, just be yourself. It comes up across better. And that's what he does. And he'll say, like, love it or hate it. And also often doesn't give a shit what people think about his answers. And that's important. For us, we want to, like I'm saying, our whole team at Foul Territory, we want to work with people that are not incredibly concerned about every word that comes out of their mouth, like so calculated that they're worried about their next job or anything like that. Like, if I worked with them and auditioned them in a team job or at a league job, it's the kind of people that they'd be like, they're too real. We don't want them. Like that's who you want. So and most people have that in them. I think AJ does an exceptional job of bringing that out of people. And I think that he has a really clever way of stirring the pot without it feeling fake. Yeah. It's more like if you hear a BS answer from a player, I'm not going to say anything for the most part. He does. He'll go, bullshit, dude. That was a dumb move. I played like that's perfect. Because that's what everyone wants to say. And he has the respect of players because he had over 2,000 hits and he works his ass off and he knows what he's talking about. So I love it. He's a dude. I mean,
he is a dude for sure.
Yeah. Some Cubs fans might feel differently about him, but they just don't know. And if you came out and had a beer with AJ, then you'd probably be like, okay, my mindset has completely changed about that guy.
And what's interesting is before I ever went on the show with y'all, I had and it was before anybody told me anything about him, but when Mark Kotze is your manager and you spent a lot of time with AJ Pierzynski, and Kotze doesn't have a mean bone in his body. And he just said, he's like, Pierzynski's like a great guy and he's a great teammate to have. They burnt their bats on the foul lines because they needed a reset with their hitting. And that's Pierzynski's the guy you call to do that. That's the guy you call. Can we go put our bats on fire because I can't hit right now? That's
his stories are never ending, right? And you want that, and you want stories that are also like relatable to the current game, where he's still playing with guys that he has incredible, moments with in life, and obviously he has many relationships with players that are coming on our show that he either played with or is friendly with, like Scherzer and Wainwright, and some of these guys that are important voices in the game that want to speak like this. So I think that part's clutch too. But oh my gosh, he has never-ending stories. And when I say doesn't hold back, I mean, let's keep in mind, played for the White Sox for a while, still does, events and things for them and with them, but also just tells it like it is. Like, White Sox had a dumpster fire season. Let's not beat around the bush. It's cool. And we can get like really deep on what went down there. And that's important too. And that's good for his credibility. I think for most people, and that's the one thing we're trying to stand out with is, yeah, sure, we're bringing on tons of players, but we're just going to be real about what the situation is. We also have brought on many managers, execs, whatever, right? So you're just, as long as people just know that it's not like someone's in his ear or someone's in my ear or whatever about what we're saying, then I think the respectability is there, because obviously everyone in life has bias in some form. But this isn't just like a, player focused PR spin. Like, if you look up what we've done, it's, I would say, quite neutral in terms of how we're covering the game.